What is up, guys? Wraith here, Gray Bearded Gaming Society. We're back yet again on our little pal lifting. At the moment, we're hanging out at the bank. We've got about 10 more belts. We're trying to see if we can pawn them off real quick before we go out looking for groups. We're not doing too bad on the cash front. Not too bad. So we're 20, call it 20% of the level of level 11. And we have 65 plat at the bank, 4 plat on us in case something cool happens for like a buff or something like that. Of course, we have a semi-spiffy stiletto with the blood claw, which was given to us by an awesome rogue in the newbie zone in Freeport. We found the 2 pieces of banded armor that we're wearing right now. The rest we filled in, of course, with random pieces of leather, whatever. We're hoping to start that upgrade slush fund. We got, a couple finger slots, some earrings. We're not going to worry about earrings too fast. I know earrings are pretty expensive. And there's some great ones out there. There's nothing we're going to be able to do cheaply. We're hoping maybe for some small end, low end strength rings. Probably just the more strength we have, the harder we hit more consistently. And since damage is the name of our game, we shall go for that. We haven't been getting many bites on our belts this evening, so we're not going to stand here for too long. I think we're going to make the dash over to Crushbone, see if we can get ourselves into a group, and see what kind of frivolity ensues. We're kind of, if that doesn't work out, we're going to have to figure out some interim spots, because, I mean, obviously the stepping stones kind of from here, I mean, you have a lot of great, powerful spots. I mean, you get 13-ish, range-ish, that, okay, now we can start sneaking, early into Oasis, early Croc groups, things like that, and the experience is pretty good, and slide up into Orc groups, and easily stretch that to 20. You can slide into, if you stay on this side of the world, we could slide into Unrest maybe. But man, we spent a lot of time in Unrest on our Paladin. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. But he has finally moved on. He has finally moved on to a different battleground after all these months. So this is what I've been doing when nobody's looking. I've been jumping on Trafthin and bringing undead froggies back to the zone line. I figure it's, it's actually been a decent experience. We're sneaking up on 40, but then at the same time, it's relatively safe. And when you're soloing a paladin, you got to have the proper targets, put yourself in a safe position to win. Because while I am quite survivable, we have to watch these turds, of course, because they will try to make a break for it. Unfortunately. Most of the buffs we have at the moment are all ours. The daring, endure poison. Like, I've been just enduring like everything right now. And I got guard. I haven't really been using similar Rilton, whatever. I've been using that a ton. I mean, I've got decent hit points without it. With just my other buffs, I'm at like 1500, which is pretty decent. Almost 800 AC with my buffs and current stuff. There was a nice enchanter that went by that gave us some spiffy cool brain buffs, as well as augmentation, which does make this quite a bit easier. The thing we've been, like I said, most of these guys, most of these guys right up in the front, they're dark blue and green, so we experience all the way around. They drop a little bit of cash. Sometimes we get some fine steel, but it's a nice safe spot to do. Kind of a slow spawn, but we jump in, we do this, we go AFK, do something else, or walk off into something. But either way, it's been cool. It's been fun. Like I said, we're sneaking up on 40 with our Paladin. So, it's good. Been good times. So, back to lifting. Alright, so, let's see. Well, we're not even going to holler again. We'll keep the 2 belts we have on us. Let's dash over to Crushbone. See if we can't sneak ourselves into a group. I mean, we're getting so close to dual wield. We don't have an awesome option yet for the dual wield, but it shouldn't be too difficult. Well, I say that now. That's one I curse myself. I'm hoping that we'll be able to, if nothing else, slide over to the tunnel, do some wheeling and dealing with what little bit we have. And again, I've got a couple of ideas. I think for some cheaper stuff. I'd love to get myself like a crook stinger. I think, damage on part of what we have now, but then has the dot, so maybe a little bit more damage, or maybe if we think survivability might be the way to go, maybe the Dagger of Dropping, just to do the debuff. But I mean, either one's probably going to get a fair amount of aggro, so we need to be careful about proccing too much. I know the current one we have, it's not going to proc till like 18, so we're not too worried about that proc early on, and it's lower, so as long as we can dual wield and bang bang on these guys, but we'll see. And then the other big thing that I've been thinking about, and we all know that when I start doing that, bad things tend to happen to our characters. However, one of the other really fascinating, interesting things that the old rogue bard combos get is at 13 we can use the Mask of Deception. Do we try to sneak? Do we try to hide sneak into lower Guck to see if a mask is going to rot somewhere? And I just, like, there would be times, like, if the server was still super big, I'd be, like, automatically, like, yes. And obviously you got to wait for the original mask to cycle out, because nobody's going to give that bad boy up. But, you know, thoughts like that get me in trouble. But let's see if we can't find a group. We'll check back in a minute. We're going to LFG a couple times and see what happens. I'm not going to waste too much time showing people me killing Centurions if I can help it. But stick around. We'll check back in a second and see what's happening. Alright, so we got a very small group. We'll see what happens from here. See, we get experience on some of them, but not all of them. He's a little bit smaller than we are. But, I mean, still Paladin, so he's going to be beefier. We'll see how brave this cat is feeling. Is he going to go after that Lego? Because there's a Lego right there. Let's see how brave this guy wants to get. Let's see. So yeah, that Lego is probably going to hurt us a lot if we try that. I'm not sure we'll be able to pull the slaver around. So this is going to get interesting. We're going to figure this out. Stick around. And hopefully I'm not hitting the button as we're running for the zone to think we're going to die. Alright, so somebody else jumped in. Managed to get the Lego thing handled. Now we're dealing with multiple slavers at the same time. And the little dude's trying. But I think I'm pulling away from him on the damage spec a little bit, I think. So he's having a hard time keeping stuff off. Plus, I didn't ask what his mana situation was like. So we'll see how good this is going to get here in a second. Alright, he's down. I still have the other guy. Let's evade. We're going to hold off on the backstab for a minute. I think he might have used his lay on hands. Don't know who this guy is. Backstab. Immediately have aggro. I messed with the backstab and immediately have it. Duck out of combat has failed. Let's just stop attacking for a second. See if this works. We evade. Alright. Damn it! Oh. I mean, you know, it hurts a little bit. But I'll bandage myself up. Alrighty then. That's probably going to leave a little bit of a mark. Bind wound chain. Activate. Alright, here we go again. This could get ugly. And like this little guy, like I don't know who this dude is, like he's jumping around and like jumping in on our mobs and stuff. Apparently aggro and stuff, and now he's getting the snot kicked out of him. Well, I'm guessing he's getting kicked out of him. Yeah, he ain't doing so hot over there. Of course, neither is my little tank. This is going to be a bit of a problem. Alright, might end up having to face tank this one. And the dude sat right down and aggroed him too, like this. I mean, come on, guy. Oh. It's just super amusing sometimes. Dude, let me take aggro. You're gonna splat, man. So yeah, this just looks like this is the kind of night it's gonna be that kind of night. All right, gang, we're gonna have to find somewhere else to be, I think. And I'm not saying it's the zone, and it's our, like, we can't solo much past what we've been doing. I mean, like, there's a Lego over yonder, and I'm terrified of that thing. I mean, one-on-one, he would probably just pummel us into a mud pie. So we've been trying to pull like a slaver in the area, trying to get even a single out of the cabin. Could be a huge problem for us. So I think we're going to have to find somewhere else, because there's no one in zone. Oh, excuse me. There's a whopping three other people. One of them I can't even tell what level they are. But even with that, it's not a good setup to even have a group with. Oh no! Don't do that, man. All right, do the ramp. That's fine. I was like, I mean, you better run right at that Lego. That ain't fair. Well, we're obviously going to have to find somewhere different that we can solo more consistently, because it's so few and far between that we get good mobs in here. We're getting lots and lots of just not getting the experience mobs. Most of the Centurions are now just green with no experience. We get some here and there, but very inconsistent. We can't handle the trainer. He would obliterate us. So from a solo perspective, and maybe my playtime's just been weird. I don't feel like it's been strange. I mean, it's Saturday. Maybe people have real lives. I don't know. I don't. I play EverQuest, so. But I mean, trying to think of, we're going to have to find another spot to go. I think I've chunked around a couple of ideas, some places I could kind of think of. I think it's too soon to try to do Oasis. There's almost always more people in Oasis. We don't have enough belts to really do anything with as far as pushing forward experience. We are about halfway through. Now, that's I mean, yeah, 45-ish%. I don't know. But we're definitely going to have to find somewhere else. And like, as much as I love Crushbone, it's inconsistent for grouping right now on the times that I've been able to play. To be honest, I'm kind of looking forward to the group challenge, because it will solve some of this. So at least we'll have a group wherever we go, and we can just kind of get some stuff done, which should be pretty cool. I would love to hear some ideas for some folks. I'm sure there's just something that I'm not thinking about right now for some reason. I'm trying not to just do the same old spots we've done on other guys, but there's, they're good spots for a reason, right? So it's, if you guys can think of some spots where a lowly level 11 rogue, 11 and a half rogue can solo, really consistent. I think that's the trick, is being able to solo for experience consistently to keep the levels moving, right? 'Cause I think once we get 13 and dual wield, like, it opens, just because we'll do even more damage, right? It'll open a couple more doors for us. We'll be a little bit more useful and wanted, like in Oasis, and get croc groups and gator groups and things like that. But what we're going to run into here is just basically a hard stop of, we can handle one slaver who's blue to us. Right now, Legos annihilate us. Like, it doesn't really matter what this guy cons. Yeah, I mean, he's yellow. He will wipe the floor with us. I mean, even in some of the groups we've messed with, they've been, they've almost wiped groups by themselves. So it is what it is. But I mean, as always, guys, if you do like what we're doing, I know these last couple episodes have been kind of meh. We've kind of probably stretched Crushbone too far. We need to move on, find something else to be. But we would love to hear from you. If you do like what we're doing, like I said, comment, subscribe, drop some likes below. We'd love to hear from folks. We'd love to get some good ideas on where you think we could go next as a solo rogue. But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up from here, I think, for this week, at least for lifting. And we're going to see maybe how bad our little spot is going to turn out to be for Trafthin, because now that he, there's the trade-off with his spot is it's a really slow spawn. Really slow. But we'll see. But, yeah, we'll go with that. Guys, as always, stay safe, stay distant, stay in EverQuest, regardless of where you're playing. If people are playing EverQuest, I'm happy. It doesn't matter what emulator, whether you're playing live, whether you're playing P99. I mean, if you're jumping on one of the new ones, outstanding. Keep it going. It's a great game. And we will catch you guys in the next adventure. Night, guys.